Good afternoon, my beautiful humans. I'm back for another life update. I've done one of these every year since 2017. I've just done one a year, and that's been like the only video that I've ever uploaded. I am going to try to kind of do these more frequently. The ideal situation would be 3 times a week, but we'll see because I'm not really good with commitment. But I kind of just want to talk about like where I'm at. I'm in a really different place in my life than I have been in the past. I feel like every year I'm just kind of getting to know myself a little bit better and really discovering what brings me joy and what makes me happy, and just kind of being happier as a person. I've gone through a lot, especially since having my son, and I'm in a really good place right now, and that's really exciting for me to say. So it is 2020, right? Yeah, it's 2020. Oh my gosh. So that's me in a hole, a hot mess. But it is 2020, and we are going through the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic thing, and we're all quarantined, like everyone. Some people are still going to work and stuff, but me, my husband, my son, my parents, we're all staying inside. My dad did have to get tested for the coronavirus. He went to Puerto Rico at like the end of February, the end of February and the beginning of March, which at the time of him getting the test was 2 weeks earlier, and he came back and he had like basically the flu. And so did all of us. My son got the flu really bad. I kind of didn't feel great, but we literally just thought it was the flu, because at that time we weren't thinking, oh, we all have the coronavirus. We were just thinking like, it's flu season, we have the flu. But he went to his doctor just for like a normal checkup, and they did have to ask, do you have any symptoms? Did you go out of the country? And he said, yes, I went to Puerto Rico. And then they took his temperature, and it was like 99, which normally wouldn't be a big deal, but at this time with the situation that we're in, it's a huge deal. So they did make him go. He had to go through like a drive-through. I didn't even know that was a thing, but it is. You go like through a drive-through testing site, and I guess it's just safer for like all the employees, which makes sense. So we're waiting for the results. They said it could take up to 7 days. It's been 3 days now. And I'm going nuts. I am going kind of crazy. Not necessarily because I'm in my home, because I am like the epitome of a homebody. I am like a super introvert. I love being alone, but that's the problem. Everyone's home. My baby's home. My husband's home with me all day, every day. So finding alone time has been really difficult. And that's kind of like my time to recharge my battery. So not having that makes me kind of go a little bit crazy. So yeah, basically I'm feeling like a little bit suffocated. I don't really have like my me time that I can just kind of recharge my battery and get back to being like a happy human. So, I am trying to like take baths and do some stuff by myself and really take advantage of the time that like my son is sleeping. And my husband's not like in the way. Brandon works on the computer. He has a business and he's on the computer a lot doing his own thing. So you think it would be like a good time for me to do my own thing, except for like, I just like being alone. Like the house, quiet, by myself. I don't even necessarily need to do anything. I just like to be alone. So I am trying to take some baths and stuff, and I do try to do most of this while my son is sleeping. But when he's up, I feel like even when like he's sleeping in Brandon's home, like I feel this crazy amount of guilt, and it's self-inflicted guilt. It's not like anyone else is like making me feel guilty. They're all doing their own things. I just feel guilty for no reason. Whenever I do take time for myself, I feel like I could be making their home cleaner or starting some sort of food or, doing their laundry or just spending more time with them, And so whenever I do try to like make time for myself, I just feel a little bit guilty. So some of the things that I've been really reflecting on, and that's why I keep referring back to my journal, is because I just kind of write down how I'm feeling, my like reflections on those emotions, and what can I do to make myself better. And I thought it was really insightful for myself, what I kind of came to. It's nothing like ingenious that no one's ever thought of before. It's just like a good reminder. So it's kind of just touching on the fact that I need to find like joy in the small moments. You know, this pandemic is not going to last forever. I know that. I know that we're all going to go back to work. I know we're all going to go back to our busy lives. And I know this is time that I craved like a couple weeks ago. I was craving a little bit more time with my husband, you know, and I was craving like having more time with my son to just like play with him. And now I have that time, you know, and now I'm like, oh, but I want to be alone. It's a really hard balance. So I'm really just trying to find a lot of joy in those small moments. You know, my son really likes to play with me. He's at that stage where he's very attached to me. I'm what he wants. He wants his mommy, mommy, mommy. So I'm really trying to just take those times and play with him and really like enjoy every moment, you know, trying to give him those learning opportunities that I don't really get to do throughout the week. My mom, she's the one who really takes care of him. So she does a lot of those learning opportunities and crafts. And I've kind of been able to do those. We did some finger painting. We brought out tools for the first time, and well, he's played with them before, but we didn't take them out here. So we started playing with those here, you know, and like my husband came and he started playing with us, and it was just kind of like a beautiful moment that we don't get to do very often with our busy lives. I work, my husband works. I work part-time, but it still like takes a lot of time out of the day. And when I am home, I'm really trying to catch up on housework. So it was just really nice to be able to spend that quality time with each other. And I'm trying to find those types of moments in everything. Every time my son comes to give me a hug, I'm just trying to like embrace it because I have the time. You know, I don't have to say, no, I'm cooking, which I do. I literally still do that. But I'm really working on just enjoying those moments. Like, yes, let's take a minute to just snug and hug. And then I can go back to cooking, and it's, you know, nothing's gonna go anywhere right now. We're all stuck in here and we don't know how long we're gonna be in here for. So let's just enjoy every moment, you know. And with my husband too, like just enjoy him being home and just having him around, because his schedule is always so crazy. He's not normally here in the daytime. And if he is, I'm normally gone at work, or, you know, I'm doing something else. So it was just really nice. We got to grocery shop together. We hadn't done that in a long time. Probably shouldn't do that again because I'm much better at sticking to the budget than he is. But it was necessary, you know, we're in these quarantine times, so we kind of bulked up, not like insane amount because I'm just not that type of a person, but just a little bit more with those items that are scarce. Thanks everybody who bought my son's wipes. I had to buy like a different brand. It was really annoying. I haven't even opened them because I don't know if they're gonna work out, but I want to have them just in case. Okay, that was my little side rant. So finding joy in those small moments, and then really kind of respecting myself. To be a good mom and to be a good wife, I really need to take care of myself and my body and my mental health, and that means being alone for me. It means closing the door and locking it and taking a shower without anyone coming in. Taking baths for me is really huge. I know some people like are weirded out by taking baths. Like they think, oh, you're just soaking in your own filth. Like you kind of are, but it feels so good. Like I love it with bath salts and like a bath bomb and bubbles. Oh, it's so good for me. It's okay if it's not your thing, but it's so good for me. So I really like to do that. And you know, a lot of the times I'll do it and I'll keep the door unlocked. My son walks in, my husband walks in, you know, my husband likes to do this thing where he throws like ice water on me whenever I'm in the shower. And that's my fear, that he's gonna do it while I'm in the bath. And my son comes in and he wants to play with the water and put his toys in the water. So really just respecting myself enough to know that I need that time to lock the door. My son's not gonna go anywhere. My husband's right with him, you know? Like just taking that time. I know that I'm gonna come out refreshed and I'm gonna feel really good and I can be a better individual for them. And again, it's not something that's groundbreaking. It's just something that I don't do enough because I love them so much. I know that's like a silly thing to say, but I do. And I want to be like the absolute best for them. And sometimes I'll neglect myself. And then I'm actually not doing what's best for them. And it'll show. Like my son will get kind of crabby. My husband will get super crabby. And I can tell that it's because I really haven't taken the time to take care of myself. So I'm just becoming like annoying, and I'm trying to make the house super clean, and they don't really care about those little things, you know? They just want me to be happy and like fun. And for me to be that, I have to take care of myself. Another quick thing is communication. Something I really realized like today, literally as I was writing in my journal today, I was like, okay, this is actually a really good idea, is when my house is clean, I'm actually happy. Like it actually helps me be happy. There's like this whole saying that I have that's like, clean house, clear mind. Whenever my house is clean, for some reason, my mind is just clear. I can like just be a calmer individual. So, you know, today I actually asked Brandon, I said, hey, can you spend like 30 minutes with our son and just like quarantine yourselves in the room so that I can clean? Like, it's not that that's me time. It's kind of me time, I guess, but it's more like I just need to clean the house. Like every little bit needs to be picked up. I need to do the laundry. I need to do dishes. I need to have my house clean so that when I open those doors and they can come out, my mind is clear. I'm not thinking, oh, I should be doing dishes. Oh, I should be doing the laundry. So just designating that time and asking for help. Otherwise, you know, I have my son with me and my husband's in the way, like, but if I just ask them, hey, can I have 30 minutes to just get this over with so that we can all just kind of resume our lives? And he was like, yeah, it's fine. And I'm like, it was that easy. All I had to do was ask. I overthink everything. And that was one of the things. I'm like, man, you know, I just wish there was a way I could just clean the house with nobody in it. All I had to do was ask. So it's not that complicated. But for someone like me, I don't know. I didn't even think of it, but I think that'll help a lot today. I'll let you know how it goes because I literally just asked today. So yeah, I think that's going to be really good. I also kind of wanted to talk about my feelings on productivity right now. Kind of like our word, if you could see up there. I wonder if it's backwards for you guys. It says dedication, and that was kind of like the word for the year for us. And my husband has really like ran with it. I mean, he started like an online business, he started a podcast, and he's vlogging, and you know, he is just doing some awesome stuff with like comedy, and I'm being a good mom, which there's nothing like, not saying that's like not as good of a big of a deal as like doing all the things he's doing, but I know I could be doing more. And I have this like overwhelming sense of laziness, you know, and I feel like he thinks I'm lazy, and I know he doesn't, you know, that's not like a thing, I know it, but like that's what I feel in my heart. And then I'm like, but there's no way I could do more. But I mean, there is, like, especially during this time, I have that 30 minutes to clean up. I can take time to do stuff for myself. I've been doing a lot more yoga lately, and I started working out, and now I'm doing like at-home workouts since I can't go anywhere. You know, I'm taking care of myself, and these videos are something that I've been doing since 2017. Like, I have literally been wanting to do it for so long, and every year I put out one video. That's it. A single video talking about how I'm doing, which is great. I still want to do those. I want to do them more frequently than once a year, but I still want to talk about how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, but like I want to do so much more with it. You know, this is fun, and it's great to chronicle like what our lives are like, especially with my son being 2. I just want to like really capture those moments and look back on them and saying, and like be able to say like, oh, what a wonderful moment to see, not just remember, especially because I have a terrible memory. So I think doing something like this is just really going to make me feel more productive, and doing little things throughout the day, like yoga, working out, designating a certain amount of time for productivity, like cleaning, like working on a video, like journaling, reading. I just started reading Frankenstein. It's awful. Not that like the book is awful. It's just a difficult read. I haven't really read a full book in a while. I know that sounds really silly. I did Audible, but like sitting down and reading is something that I used to really love to do, and I haven't done it in a long time. And having my phone has been like this huge distraction. Every 5 seconds, I'm like reading a line or reading a sentence, and then looking at my phone, and I'm like, oh, okay, I have to read like a whole chapter and then I'll look at my phone. Like my phone is my reinforcement. Not good. I want the reading to be reinforcing. So that's something I'm really trying to get into, and reading a book like that I think really challenges me, because the literature is much more gothic. I think that's how you would define it. You know, it's or more maybe romantic. You know, it's a little bit harder of a read. You really have to kind of decipher what they're saying, and the way their sentence structure is just a little bit different. You know, but I'm finding it really interesting, and I think it's something that's really stimulating my mind and making me like really stretch myself, which I think is something I really need to do right now. And I think by doing that, it makes me feel more productive. It makes me feel just a lot better, you know, and like I'm not lazy. And for myself, no one else has put this on me, but for myself, that's something that I really struggle with. So it feels really good to kind of reevaluate my lifestyle and what I want to change in it. You know, and at the same time, I'm trying not to be too hard on myself, because this is a time of like rest and relaxation. This is a time that I believe God is kind of setting us up for a relaxing time. I think he's saying like, you guys need to sit back and reevaluate your lifestyles. And that's really what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's kind of all I had to talk about today. I was just going through my journal again, and kind of that was it. I think this is a time to like rest and relax, reevaluate, and I think I'm really doing that, and I'm really happy right now. I know. I'm really happy right now. I'm really finding joy in every little moment. I kind of slid back into this sort of like depressed state a couple months ago, I think. I had taken on a lot in my life. I was really just trying to like be there for everybody, and I was pretty much failing at like 90% of the things that I was trying to be there for, because I just took on too much, and I have to know my boundaries. And I have to know what I'm comfortable with so that I can give 100 in everything. So I'm really just trying to find joy, you know, and I'm right there. I'm there. I'm finding it. Okay, so that's all I have to say for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I will hopefully have more videos very soon. Dealing with this whole situation, because it's kind of crazy, right? But okay, have a great evening. Bye. And let me know kind of what you're struggling with, or what you're doing to find joy during this quarantine, or ask any questions. I don't like how I said that. Let's try it again. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys are doing to find joy during this quarantined time. If you are being quarantined, if not, let me know how you're kind of dealing with this whole situation, because it's kind of crazy, right? But okay, have a great evening. Bye.